There are a lot of different properties in GTA Online, and sometimes it can be hard to tell which ones you should actually buy. And that's why today I'm going to be talking about the top 5 best properties in GTA Online. Obviously, this list is based off of my own personal opinion, but if you disagree with me, make sure to let me know down below which properties you think should be on this list. And just one more thing, I would like to remind you all that I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and any help in doing so will be very much appreciated. Now with all that out of the way, the first property on this list is the Cassette Car. The reason that the Cassette Car is so low on this list is because it's kind of a vehicle and a property, so because of that I'm just going to put it in 5th place. But let's move on and talk about the Cassette Car's features. This right here is the missile launching station, and it lets you take over a guided missile and you can fly it about. It's really cool. It's a feature that is very overlooked, but it's very fun, so it is worth mentioning. If you come over here, there's a variety of options, such as you can drive the vehicle. But more importantly, this is where you access fast travel, and this is a very useful feature that allows you to travel around the outside of the entire map. This can be very useful when you're doing things such as Cayo Perico setups. Doing this will cost you $2,000 for every single time you fast travel, but since it's only $2,000, it's not really important and you won't even notice an impact. And as I was saying before, the ability to fast travel really can't be underestimated because it just makes grinding so much easier. And if you move on over to this area, you can actually access scuba gear completely for free, which is quite handy to have. And if we move on through here, we'll see where the Sparrow helicopter is kept. And this is one of the best vehicles in the entire game, especially for grinding. And make sure you buy this thing because it'll make your Cayo Perico setup so much easier. Speaking of which, by buying the Cassette Car, you also gain access to the Cayo Perico heist, which to this day is still the best way to make money on GTA Online. So overall, the Cassette Car is an amazing property, and it is a must-have for any GTA Online player. And up next, we have the MC Clubhouse. And let's just dive straight into the features. Over here is where you would keep all your motorcycles. I only have 2 bikes in here because I do just prefer to have all my vehicles in my own personal garages. It's just more handy that way. And moving on into here, if you log into the laptop, this is how you access every MC business. And these are all fantastic ways of making money because they're all passive income, which means you don't really have to do anything. You just go source supplies and then you can go away and do whatever you want and it'll generate in the background. And then when it's full up, you simply go and sell and there you go, a lot of money. And you just rinse and repeat that process over and over and over again. MC businesses nowadays are pretty overlooked and a lot of people don't really like them anymore, but I still think they're definitely a viable way of making money in GTA Online. The upstairs of the clubhouse is definitely a vibe. It's a great place to hang out with your friends. It's got everything a good hangout spot should have. You've got a nice chill place to sit down, you got your own little bar here, and if you go over here, the most important thing is the dartboard. And I absolutely love to play darts in GTA Online. The amount of hours I've spent doing this is actually kind of crazy. And to be honest, it's probably one of my favourite activities to do in the entire game, and in terms of like the sports things like golf, tennis, it's definitely my favourite. So yeah, overall, the MC Clubhouse is definitely a business worth picking up. Because not only does it provide you with a nice place to just chill and relax, but it also gives you access to some of the best passive income businesses in the entire game. But let's move on to number 3. And here we have the best passive income business in the entire game, the nightclub. Now the nightclub is a very interesting property because there's a lot of ways in which you can use it. Personally, I only use it for the passive income side of it, but I know a lot of people actually do use the business side of it, but I don't really get into that because I do just prefer using the passive income, so I'm not really going to get into that. In order to maximize your passive income, you're going to want to make sure that your popularity bar is full. Mine's currently isn't because I have been slacking, but when it is, you will be getting $50,000 every 48 minutes. Something that I have actually noticed is that this passive income is often put on double money during weekly updates, so make sure that you are keeping an eye out for that because it is a great way of making money and you will definitely benefit from it. Moving into the VIP area, this is basically your office. Don't mind the popularity meter, as I said, I have definitely been slacking recently. If you come over here, this is the wall safe. This is where you will pick up your 50,000 after it's deposited. If you come over here, you'll see your little bar, which is always a nice thing to have. Over here is the living quarters, which lets you spawn here, which is very handy. But now let me go into the computer and I'll just show you quickly how it works. So there are a lot of different ways that you can raise your popularity. One of those ways is just you chuck out a troublemaker and you get some popularity back, but through the computer you can actually do some promotion missions, which by completing one of these your popularity will increase. Or something else that you can do is you can book a new DJ, and by doing this your popularity will also increase. But moving on now, we have the Garment Factory. And this was added into the game not that long ago with the Agents of Sabotage DLC. Something cool about this business is that you don't have to buy any of these upgrades, this all just comes included, which is always great. And right over here is your safe. This is where money will be passively generated, which is always a very handy thing to have. Now, the entire upstairs area of the garment factory is pretty useless. There's nothing you can really do up here. All the main features of the garment factory are all downstairs, so let's go down and have a look at them. And as I said before, all of these features are just included with the base price of the actual property. You don't have to buy any upgrades, which is absolutely incredible and quite unique to this business. Now, this is the downstairs area, which is very nice. It's got a lot of things you can do here. Like if we come over here, you'll see that we have a weapons workshop, which is always a very handy thing to have. It is included in a lot of businesses, but hey, this one's free, so who cares? We come over here, this is actually where the terabyte can be stored. It doesn't have to be, but you can put it here if you want. Now, the main way of making money with a garment factory is the FIB files, and they can be accessed through this computer right here. They are essentially just little mini heists, each with 3 setups. They take around half an hour to complete and will pay out around $150,000. Except that one of these files every single week will be on double money, so make sure that you do that priority file because that is just a great way of making money in this game, and it's one of my favourite ways to make money nowadays because, as I said, these files are really easy to complete and take no time at all. But let's hop in the elevator and go even further downstairs. And down here we actually have a 10-car garage. Keep in mind that this edition is completely free. Now, I don't personally have any vehicles down here, but that's not because of some reason, that's just because I haven't really got around to filling out this garage yet. And by approaching this door over here, you get more fast travel options, which, as I said with the Kasaka, is just a great ability to have, as it really does just make your life 10 times easier. So if you don't already have it, make sure to get the garment factory. It's a fantastic way of making money. And coming in at number 1 as the best property in the entire game, we have the agency. And with this property comes a lot of cool and useful features. This is also just a very large property. I mean, I find there's a lot of places that you can go. Firstly, if you head over here to this counter, you can actually fill up on snacks completely for free. And obviously, since there are a lot of missions that you can do from the agency, you can always come back and refill after every single mission. So yeah, that is just a very handy feature to have. But let's move on over here to the weapons workshop. And over here, you can practically do anything when it comes to weaponry and armor. Like anything that you could ever want to do can be done here, such as you can customize your weapon loadout, you can buy as much armor as you want if you speak to him, you can customize all your weapons, you can upgrade them to the Mark II variants, it's everything you want. And I've spent just a crazy amount of time in this area customizing all my weapons, upgrading them. I spent a shitload of money here as well. But let's actually talk about the more important things about the agency. Most importantly being how you make money. Now, there are a variety of ways that you can do this, such as through payphone hits, through normal contracts, but what you want to be doing is the Dr. Dre contract, because this is one of the best ways to grind money in the entire game, because upon doing it for the very first time, you will receive $2 million, and any time after that, you will receive $1 million. And this can be accessed at any time through this computer right here. Just simply log in and you can browse all of the different setups you have to do. And when you're doing this for the very first time, it will take a significantly longer time than it would otherwise. But yeah, you're getting paid a crazy amount of money, so you know, it is worth it. Now, the first time you do it will be your longest time because there are some missions that are exclusive to your first playthrough, because after you do them, you won't ever have to do them again, which is really good because they are quite boring. And moving on out here, you've got a lovely little view. You've got your telescope, which is a staple of any property in Los Santos. You've got a nice little room to have a meeting with all your friends. If you come in here, this is Franklin's office. He's not here right now, but this is where he usually hangs out. Chop's usually here as well, but he can also move about the entire agency, which is quite cool. So yeah, overall, I just absolutely love the agency. There's just so many different things that you can do. The Dr. Dre contract is also my favourite thing to grind, so that does add to my love of the agency. And one last feature I do want to mention, if you come over and speak to this guy, you can actually leave the building in various different ways. We're actually going to leave through a helicopter right now. But yeah, anyway, as I was saying, I absolutely adore the agency. It's my favourite property in the entire game. It's the best property in the entire game. Make sure you own one. And that was my list of the top 5 best properties in GTA Online. Let me know your thoughts down below. Did I miss out any properties that should be on this list? Make sure to let me know down below. As always, if you have enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel, and help me hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of 2025. As always, thanks for your incredible support, and I hope you did enjoy this video. But with all that being said, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one.